and then kunji, which means bow. And then you're gonna face me, and same thing. It's not like you're bowing to your uncle, but bowing to your teacher, but also all these guys before me, like Master Harden, and before him, General Choi. So, you know, it's we're kind of just paying respect to everybody that came before us. Yeah. Okay. Right, left, right, left, right. 2, 3, 4. 4. Push it out of the way. Push it out of the way. 4. 5. All the way down. Let's hold it there for a bit. Roll it back. And 2, 3, 4. And bounce your knees. 1, 2. This is easy. We're just going to take this out and lock this leg. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. Reach chamber. Bounce. And now from here, Jake, we're going to take out both feet. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go to the other side. So that's the left hand to right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back down. Boom. Back down. 4, 5, 6, 2, 3, 4, 2. Oh, look at you. 3. Can you lay all the way down? 1, 2, 3. And re-chamber. Don't put the foot down. Lock it out. 1, 2. Drive. Right? So that's a snap kick. 4, 5. Re-chamber. I'm keeping it up there so you guard your face. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to bring it back in. And we're going to hold it right as if I'm side kicking you boom, I'm trying to drive that heel into you. So it's just as effective. In fact, a lot of people would argue lower kicks, like belt level and below, are probably more effective because what's hanging from your shoulders? Your arms, right? So if someone's throwing a kick at my face, can I block that far? One of my buddies is named Bill Wallace. You'll sometimes hear of him, his name's Superfoot. He's been in martial arts longer than your Uncle Dave. So he's been doing martial arts for like 70 years. And he was a world champion. And Bill says, you know what? They can reach here and they can reach here, but they can't reach both at the same time. It's the heel that's the striking point. So you're using your butt muscles and your thigh muscles. That's the two biggest muscle groups in the human body. So what do you think happens when you recruit the two biggest muscle groups in your body?
It's way more powerful.
Yeah, it's way more powerful, right? All the way out lock. So that 2, 3, 4, 5, and reach 4.5, 4 3/4, 4 15, 6 8, and rechamber. One more time, Jason. You ever watch a ballerina and they take that leg and they stick it straight up in the air and they spin? You think a ballerina is as strong as a football player? You think a football player can do that?
No.
So is a football player as strong as a ballerina? No, it's dependent, right?
Yeah.
They're probably really strong at their specific activities. The ballerina is really strong at her specific activities. So one isn't really more athletic than the other. Probably pound for pound, the strongest athletes in the world as far as muscular strength are gymnasts. As far as like rhythm, cardiovascular capacity, power and strength and balance, proprioception, knowing where you are, dancers they got to be up there, right? Yeah, Taekwondo is kind of like it's like a mix. You got the strength of a football guy, because you got to punch hard and kick hard. You get the balance and poise of a ballerina. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, other leg. 1, 2. Look behind you.
Okay.
Yeah, clock, right? So we're going to talk about the clock method. We're going to teach you snap kicks. We're going to teach you what's called building a house, okay? And then we're going to go over some of that basic evasion stuff that we did last time you were here on lesson 1. And we're talking a little bit about traditional punching, and then we're going to teach you something called the square method, which is stand, right? So step to your 12 o'clock. Just slide forward. Okay. Move to your 6 o'clock. Back that way. Good. Where would 3 o'clock be? Yeah, move over there. Where do you think 9 o'clock is? Okay, good. And now let's... Angle motions where I'm slicing a pie into 4 pieces. Now if we add in those angles, the 45s, all of a sudden it's going to be here's 90, 90, 90, 90. I've sliced the pie into 4 sections. Come back to the center. Now I go here, I go here, I go here, I go here. So now I've cut that same pie into 8 directions. Good. Redirect your hand. Good. Rock back. Rock back. Step back. Step back. Duck. Duck. Because I don't want to get wet, right? So this would be my roof. And then I got to have something to hold the roof up. So the walls are here, right? And something has to be underneath of all that. That's the floor, the foundation, which is this, okay? You block it with an elbow or this way so that I've got, this is my foundation. That's my wall. Is there an opening? Over here, right?
Yeah.
So if that's the opening, how about now? Over here, right? What if they're coming at my head? Build half of my roof, wall, wall, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn your body a little bit more sideways. Remember we talked about center line, I think, on lesson 1. Groin, umbilicus, solar plexus, cervical face. I want my hands well out here, okay? So Jakey, from here, I'm gonna block high. That's a roof. Other side, roof. And now from here, wall, wall, foundation, foundation. Some people like this kind of a motion, which I really do kind of prefer when I'm doing that. If I just take my hands, and you're trying to do an uppercut and hit me, boom, right? You're trying to hit me on this side, boom. And what's nice about that is I have this elbow that I can lead in with, our elbow or hammer strike. So all of a sudden the blocks can become strikes, right? Yeah. Well, how do I defend myself? Right hand, block, block. Can you see the foundation? Where are the walls? Where's my roof? Everything is covering what?
Your head.
Roof, good. Wall, good. Foundation. Point at me. Okay, point at me with your other hand. Point at me with your other hand. Like you're trying to poke me with your finger. Let me see you do that. Poke. Oh, all right. So that is really just like a punch. What you just did, this, if I close it, you know what that looks like? Looks like a punch, right? Now, some people don't teach this so much, the horse stance position, because it's more of a traditional skill. And you wouldn't in a street fight, obviously, do this. Probably not going to work. So why do I teach it? Good squat. Bend your leg. A little bit deeper. That's good. Stay there. Go down a little low. Stay there. Go down a little low. Good, stand up. So what's starting to happen to your quadriceps? Your thighs are getting tired, right? So part of that horse stance was really this idea of making your legs strong. Do you know what a sumo is? In ancient Japan, probably one of the very first martial arts were the sumo. And these great big wrestlers, and they wore really funny looking groin cloths, and they would lift their leg and stomp, and they would lift their leg and stomp. And that ability to have that strength in your legs when you're moving is really key. And that's the element of this horse stance punching that a lot of people forget. They go, well, you wouldn't do that in a street fight. Well, it wasn't meant for a street fight. It was meant as a training drill, okay? You get a little bit more power if you actually are punching slightly down, okay? Slightly down. So punch. Don't throw your shoulder forward. Keep your shoulder back. Punch. Good. So huge extra. These two knuckles. Make this a fist. And you punch. A little bit of power. Punch. 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 Get the count. Huh. Hold. Sit. Net. Los. Los. Up. 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 Touching you. Move forward a little bit so you get your range, right? Distance is called mai, not mahai, but mai, distance in Japanese, right? So we're going to punch with these first two knuckles. Ready? 1. You get 2, 3, 4, 5. When we twist, that's called torque. Can you say that? Torque. So when I have something that's moving forward, my arm weighs a certain amount, right? Force, mass, acceleration. The rotation at the end of that increases the power about 10-fold. So if I'm punching this way, that's not going to be nearly as strong as if I'm punching that way with a little bit of twist. But the power is force equals mass times acceleration. High five. High school physics. Oh my God. Look at that. Okay, buddy. Kick. 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 So each time am I catching it?
Yeah.
So when you're doing a snap kick, try to snap it back. Let's see how you do. Ready? Kick. What happened that time? I didn't catch it. So what happens if somebody catches your leg when you're kicking? You're a one-legged karate guy. How mobile are you on one foot? Remember how you were hopping around? Yeah, not mobile at all, right? So snapping it back is really important, Jason. Ready? Ready, go. Better. That was just the knee. The kick was actually back. Go. 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 Okay, so I'm going to take my stance, Jake, and now I'm going to blade it like what you were doing. And so my hands are going to be up. Move that front foot over just a smidge. Remember what we talked about last time, where those elbows want to be in, and you want those hands leading. So these are your blocks. So bottom line is, you want your guards up front. If someone's going to guard something, if somebody bad is standing here, and they're going to get ready to pick on you, you want me back here going, oh yeah, you better not pick on Jakey because I'm going to get you. What do you think? Or would you rather I be here? Hey, don't pick on him, you leave him alone. Which is, yeah, in front, right? 1. Oh man, look at that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Try to keep both hands up. 6, much better. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I moved it down about an inch. And how much harder did you hit on that? A lot harder. So that's because when I moved it down, you were thinking it was here, so you penetrated the target more. You think that's important if I'm going to hit? 2. Oh man, that's good. 3. Much better, Jake. 4. 5. How you do? Get your fighting stance. 1. Wow, that's a stronger leg. 2. Snap it, remember to retract. 3. Cross. Duck. Jab. Cross. Kick. Good. Jab. Cross. Duck. Kick. 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 Jab. Cross. Duck. Kick. Block. 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 Out of this shoulder, one foot on the outside of this shoulder. My feet want to follow the line of that square stance. If I imagine that square out in front of me, right? Where would that corner be for you? Over there, right? So we're going to step forward and put our foot where that corner is. Good, now bend that knee. That's called a front stance. You know what's called a front stance? Where's your weight? On the front leg, right? So that's called a front stance. We do punches from that, and blocks from that, and elbow strikes from a front stance. Let's go back to our horse stance. Now the same thing, again, shoulder width, just a little bit wider than our shoulders. Feet want to be facing forward, right? And now Jake, from this bent position, turn your foot this way. And now shift your weight to the rear. So now my weight is on this back leg. So what do you think we call this stance? Back. Stay really tight, and they're a lot stronger than you, right? That can be hard for you to get out of. Make a fist. Grab this hand. And what I want you to do is think about stepping back as you drive up. Ooh, Anna did that. Where could you hit me? Ooh, to the jaw. Now, I want you to close your eyes. Close your eyes. Where are my hands? Okay, close your eyes. Where are my hands? Okay. Hey, keep your eyes closed. Where are my hands? So you always know where my hands are, right? You can open your eyes. You always know where they are. So when you grab me, if I close my eyes up, his hands are still there. He's pushing me. I bet his head's right about here, right? So they've tied their hands up because they grab. But what are free? Your hands. What I grab as this idea of going against the thumb. Where did my hands go? Up. And yeah, so I can say, hey, I don't want to fight. You grab me. It's a fish. You got me. You like fish? So what would all this is the ocean? Yes, you do. It's the fish. So the fish is swimming a long way. Think the fish does. He swims up and he goes, whoop. he pops down in the pond. But this is kind of a swirly fish, so he goes, whoop, and he likes to flip over. Outside, and in the lake, and flip. That's much better, Jay. And what could you do once you do that? You threw yourself so hard you were way over there. Do you want to come back and re-engage, or maybe if I'm such a big guy, what might you want to do? Run! You think I can catch you and run? Say, no! Move forward, move rear, move left, move right. Hey Jake, remember this command? Ready, switch. Good, move forward, move rear, move left, move right. And again, and again. 2, 3, good. 2, 3. And now, nice. Ready, go. Ready, go. What do you do? Roof. Come to this side. Wall. Boom. 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 Rear hand. Rock back. Rock back. Step back. Step back. Duck. Duck. Switch. Boom. 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 Jab. Jab. Move around a little bit. Jab. Cross. Duck. Duck. Kick. Kick. Jab. Cross. Duck. Duck. Block. 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 Jab. 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 Cross. Kick. Kick. Don't. Okay. Fuji. Facing me. Nice. High five. Low five. Down low.